Hey YouTube, welcome back. Before we get into it, let's do a quick run through the things. So first things first, of course, make sure you're subscribed to this channel and then hit the little bell thing so you're notified whenever I upload here. If you would like to see full-length reactions to these episodes, you can do so via my Patreon, which is linked down below, along with a link to my main channel where I watch a bunch of other stuff, so come join over there. And last but certainly not least, leave a comment, but no spoilers. Y'all know the drill. Okay, down to the other me. Wow. Season 2 is over. That's crazy. I feel like just yesterday we started doing this. But season 2 was a lot of fun. I'm so excited to talk about it. I have way too many notes. So I am just going to I'm going to try and stay on track is what I'm trying to say. And already my brain's like, but this. So like we just know how it be with me sometimes. So just, hopefully you can hang in there. Okay, so season 2 was amazing. I loved it. However, I am not prepared to rank it above season 1 yet, in my opinion. Don't kill me. But here's why. It's really simple. Why? Because I feel like season 2 had much higher highs, but also much lower lows. So then I'm like, does that even each other out? Are they, I don't know. I don't make the rules. I kind of do. It's my own ranking system. But do you know what I mean? Like season 2 had episodes that were incredible, outshine all of season 1, and it doesn't even come close. Then you have Go Fish and like Bad Eggs and the one with the mummy. What was that one? And Ted. Like I would much rather watch I, Robot You Jane 20 times over before ever revisiting Ted. Go Fish though, that outro scene. Maybe it's saving grace because it is one of my favorite moments. But yeah, so I just feel like I'm not ready to be like, oh my god, it blew season 1 out of the water. It still had its roughness to it. However, I do feel like season 2 is where the show really did catch its footing and like we got going. We hit the gas pedal and it was so fun. But sometimes it felt a little out of sync, whereas I don't know that I felt that too much with season 1 because season 1 was just what it was. It was just season 1. But with season 2, like sometimes we would get introduced to things, characters, storylines, whatever, and then we just kind of like wouldn't go back for a few episodes. And it's just a personal viewing experience that was frustrating sometimes because like I want to know now. But like for example, Go Fish felt so out of line for me. And judging by the comments and everything, and you guys have talked about how some episodes in season 2 are like leftover scripts from season 1. And in the viewing experience, like you could feel that. You could feel the filler episodes or the leftover scripts. Like you knew what they were when you hit them. Not to say they were all bad. They weren't. But it just, the flow of the season was still a little clunky to me, I guess, which is fine. We made it through. But I still feel like storytelling wise, it really pushed on the gas. I feel like parts of season 2 is maybe like what the show wanted to feel like a little bit more. I don't know if that makes sense. It just felt more like Buffy. What does that even mean? I don't know how to say it. Definitely had like a different tone to it, and I do wonder if like maybe that's the direction they want to go. I don't know. I guess we'll see with season 3. Okay, I did have a structure for my thoughts, but I've already ranted for like 5 fucking minutes. Jesus. Okay, so what I want to do is start with the things that I like didn't love about season 2, and then do the things that I did love and like highlights and stuff, and then just talk about season 3 a little bit. Like just random things about season 3, like some predictions, some, yeah, you get it. Stay on track. Okay, so see, I'm already off track because on my didn't love list, the first 2 points are introduction to people and things that maybe would take a couple episodes to get back to, and random episodes thrown in. So I don't know, Darcy, maybe just follow your fucking note structure and you'd be fine. Going way back to the beginning of the season, I didn't love how the Anointed One just came about And I know there was a lot of discussion about like they had maybe had other plans for him or something, and but I mean, I do like that Spike got to just kill him. But I was like really pumped for a kid villain. I hope we get another kid villain in the future because they're fun. Like I like them. I like kid villains. And so my first introduction to a kid villain here, just it was kind of boring, to be honest, with just how it all ended up. So didn't love that. I didn't love losing Cal. To be fair though, I get it. It was such an interesting moment. Interesting, is that how I would describe it? But I get why it had to be Cal, and I get why it happened. So like I mean, if I could choose, she would always be around. Season 2 will always be the season that took Cal from me. How am I supposed to feel about it? On a personal level. I also didn't love losing Kendra. Honestly, like when Kendra was introduced, I was pumped. Like the idea of another Slayer is so cool. And I really wish we could have explored that more because we were introduced to Kendra, then we didn't see her again for multiple episodes. And then when we did, she died. She was killed. So I'm actually quite bummed that we didn't get to explore that more because as soon as we got introduced to that, my mind was like, this is fucking cool. And I was like, oh, this could happen and this could happen and this could happen. And it was really cool to think that Buffy could have someone like a little more, someone who could relate to her more, I guess. And I loved that there was a huge contrast between them and they were so different. They had different outlooks on what it means to be a Slayer. They had different lives. It was just so cool. And we really only got, in my opinion, like a little taste of that. And I'm kind of bummed about it. I don't love the choice of losing Kendra. That sucked. That sucks. Yeah, that sucked. That really sucked. I liked Kendra. I really did, from what I knew of her. Okay, Spike and Dee. I'm going to rant about them in the did love category. And there's nothing about their characters that I didn't love, but what I didn't love, like we were introduced to them. Oh, no, stay on track. I wanted to already talk about things I loved. We were introduced to them, and then we didn't get to see them every episode. So I feel like it was really only like 3 episodes later with them, you know what I mean? Like 3 episodes of them later, the Angel turned bad. And don't worry, I'm gonna rant about how much I loved that story arc too. But what I didn't love about it is I feel like it kind of overshadowed Spike and Dee and their whole time to be the main villain. I don't know, something feels unfinished there. Like they were established so well and built up so well, and then I don't want to say nothing came of them because like I mean, Dee took out a Slayer, which is pretty cool. Not for Kendra though. But I don't know. I just feel like they didn't do their own damage and that they were kind of in the shadow of Bad Angel for a little while. And so something just, it feels unfinished to me because I was so pumped about them. They didn't die though. They didn't die. They're gone, which fucking sucks. But they didn't die. And I'm going to hold on to that. Just let me hold on to that. Okay? I'm going to hold on to that. And maybe one day we'll see them again. I don't even care if it's like a random, they show up in like season 5 and they're just like, remember us? Yes, I will remember you guys. Please come back. Yeah, I don't know. Something about Spike and Dee feels unfinished. But I'm not mad because they didn't die. Again, I'm going to hold on to that. Yeah. I think that is all of the things I didn't love. So let's get on to the long list of things that I did love. And fair warning, I probably will ramble a bunch here. I tried to like structure it. There's just so much. I really did love this season a lot. I'm going to say that every season, aren't I? I'm going to say that every season. Oh my God, I love this season. Okay, I'll start with just some of the smaller things. Loved the multiple callbacks that we got. My favorite being the hyena. Remember when I said? Xander remembers that. And while I think it would be kind of cool to still explore a little bit deeper, I loved just the little callback to it. I thought it was so funny. I love the way they are just outwardly pointing out like the multiple deaths, like all that kind of stuff. It's funny. I like that they're addressing it in a way. So they're not like diving too deep into it, but I feel like in some way they're like, this is kind of weird and let's make a joke out of it. Love it. I love it. The character development this season was really fun. Like really, really fun. I think because of A, it's season 2, but B, it was a longer season. So we really got to see a lot of development for a lot of the characters. Buffy for sure, but also the supporting cast. And we all know I love Willow. So I loved seeing her this season. But I think my favorite character development of the season is Cordelia. Just because like I always kind of knew she would become part of the group, but I really love how they did it. Like she's never really lost her charm, we'll say, that makes her Cordelia. But she's really come around and she really cares about the crew, and her little like monologue in Go Fish with Xander and the like rubber ducky thing is a highlight of my for sure. It was so cute. I love Xander and Cordelia. I do. I love them. I feel like they're going to break up when like college comes around, but I love them for what they are right now. Yeah, that was I really loved that, and I loved Cordelia, seeing how she developed through the season. I also really loved Roop and Buffy's relationship continuously developing. I love how he's kind of like a father figure, which where is her dad? Do we ever see him again? Probably, but it just felt like was that season 1 that we met him and then never again? I think so. But yeah, I like how we can just see how much he cares for her on much more than just like a watcher level. I guess I don't really know what a typical watcher level is, but I just let me feel it, okay? I like it. I loved the introduction to Oz. I really enjoy him so much. I'm hopeful. I put this in the season 3 stuff, but I hope that he's going to become like Cordelia, where he's always around. At the time of filming this, I've already watched season 3, episode 1, so I know that I get it, like he's staying around for the year. But anyway, so I hope that he's like kind of like in every episode now, like he's part of the main crew. I really am enjoying him. Him being a werewolf is another super love, and that werewolf costume is one of my favorite things. It's iconic. I better get to see it again because yeah, I've seen season 3 episode 1, so I can see the upgrade that like fighting scenes and everything have gotten, and so I assume budget is going up. Don't get rid of that costume, okay? Don't use the budget there, please. I need to see it again. And like I just love the fact that he's a werewolf. I hope that it's not just like an afterthought. Like I hope it comes in handy. I hope that there's so much like humor you can put into it. Actually, I need an episode where he's not there and someone asks where he is and they just say full moon and that's it. And like there's just so many good things that could come of this, but I have a feeling the suit might get upgraded, and it kind of breaks my heart a little bit because I loved it. I love Oz. I love him being a werewolf, and I love him and Willow together. I really do. It's so good. Oh, there's so many good things. From my wish list, I got a couple of my villains. We got hornets. I said bumblebees with swords, and someone pointed out a hornet's little stinger. It's basically a sword. Agreed. We got an aquamarine. We got some worms, but like I want like a big old earthworm, big chunky fella. But I definitely got more established villains. Before I rant about how much I love Bad Angel, I'm gonna rant about Spike and Dee. I loved them. I feel like I'm saying love a lot. I need a new word. Spike and Dee as characters are so good. Drusilla is so captivating. And Spike is so funny. Like, and I love them. Fuck, I'm mad they're gone. I love how they were introduced and like Spike was strong and Drusilla was weak, and then they switched. And like, I thought that was so cool and interesting. That shot of Drusilla carrying him out is burned in my brain, and I'm obsessed. And yeah, we talked about how they were overshot, why I feel that they're unfinished, but the time we spent with them is the best. I I really, really enjoyed them. I really, really enjoyed them. Their dynamic was so good. I really liked how when they would talk to each other, like right when we were introduced to them, and like they're getting all in their own little world, the cameras would zoom like right in so that we couldn't see anything else that was happening around them. I loved that. I just, I miss them. Angel, angel to bad angel. Just stop. That's really all I need to say, isn't it? It's no surprise that I don't love good angel, but I love bad angel, like as a villain. Spike and Drusilla, sometimes I'm like, let's give them a soul. Bring them to our team, Like Spike is like the villain, like the comedy villain. And he's like bad, but you also like kind of like him. Whereas like Angel's the type of villain that you like hate because they're so good at being a villain. He's perfect. He's a perfect villain to me anyway. This is just my opinion, obviously. But like everything from the way he walks, his body movements, his smirk, the way he talks, like all of his outfit, right down to like his actual actions. He's fucking crazy. He's crazy. And I love that we got to know him and his ways so well that we knew why we should be scared of him. Like I'm scared of him. Like I instantly knew when they got Roop, he was going to fuck with them with Cal stuff. Like I love that about a villain when they're so good and they're so established that like you know what's coming, but it's still fucked and terrifying. And I just thought that they did it so well. Yeah, it was great. The leather pants, great. Actually, shout out to Angel's entire season 2 finale outfit, okay? If we're talking costumes, that was the best he's ever looked. But yeah, part of me didn't really want him to ever become good again because he's such a fun villain. Like yeah, I don't know that we're ever going to get that again because what are they going to do it again? And when he got pushed into hell or wherever the fuck he went, he was good. So that was a fun ride while it lasted. Not fun for like Buffy and stuff, of course. Just fun for me. I still can't believe that was a season 2 storyline. It's just so good. Okay, and to touch on the soul, I like that we got a little bit of a look into it a little bit more because in season 1 it was just kind of like, oh, he's got a soul. And I was like, cheers to that, my guy. Welcome to the group, I guess we didn't get a deep look into it, but it got my brain going because I was like, okay, this is something we can do. I just want Spike and Drusilla to come to our team. Fuck. But no, not just that. It's just interesting to know a bit more about it and the backstory and to how it all came together and Cal's part in that. And like, it was interesting because it got me thinking a bit more about the soul. Like, yeah, mostly just thinking if we can give them to other vampires that I like along the way. And maybe not just vampires. Like, if there's anything bad, like a zombie or something, and we're like, can we give it a soul? I don't know. It was thought-provoking, I guess, which I quite enjoyed. I loved Willow beginning to do witchcraft. I actually really loved how after Cal was taken, it just felt perfect that Willow stepped into the role that she did, which I still laugh at because I'm like, get a fucking new teacher at school, okay? Let's put the job application up. But I do love that, yeah, that Willow took over, and then I love that she also kind of finished what Cal was starting in getting Angel his soul back. And so maybe she can keep doing more witch stuff. Although I guess it was really hard on her, wasn't it? So maybe not. I don't know, but I liked it. I was like, ooh, Willow and witchcraft it's cool. I just loved it. Maybe we'll see more of it in the future. That'd be so fun. Also, you guys know more about the writers and stuff than me, but I feel like the comedy writing this season was it was good in season 1. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it wasn't good in season 1. I laughed, but like, I feel like I laughed a lot this season. Like the comedy writing was damn good. A lot of the writing was damn good, but specifically noting that I feel like the comedy writing hit perfectly in a lot of ways this season, which was really important because it gave me something to like about episodes that maybe weren't so great because at least I was laughing. least I was always laughing. And my last note is that just that I still appreciate that we're still what feels like pushing boundaries in themes, but also like absurdity. Like, you all know my love for the pack. And a big part of that is because, like, what? Are you serious? Like, what other show would do that? And I feel like we didn't lose that in season 2. Like the fish, go fish might even be a good example of that, but just wasn't as good of an episode in my opinion. But bad eggs actually is another good example. Like, what the fuck was that thing? Yeah, so I appreciate that we didn't just stop creating these insane, weird creatures, because I like that part of Buffy, actually. Okay. Highlights. I didn't do too bad. I didn't wander off too much. I've been recording for a long time though, so I'm really fucking yammering. Okay, some of my highlights. I'm just gonna talk about fucking Spike. A lot of these are to do with Spike. Okay, I really enjoyed him. Okay, so the actual introduction to Spike was a big highlight. The episode, but also just how it was done. Like running over the sign, stepping out, the shot from below where the boots step out, and the big jacket where there was like Super Blade vibes, and then just the smoke, and like it was perfect. It was fucking perfect. And I think about that scene a lot. The Buffy fighting scenes, I feel like improved. And I didn't even hate them in season 1. I mean, sure, they were a little choppy, a little rough around the edges, but I don't care. I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously I love them for how they look and like the the choreography of it all. But I just like the fighting scenes because I like to see Buffy kicking ass. Like, that's what does it for me. I'm like, yes, let's go. Let's fuck this guy up. But I do appreciate the improvement that they've had this year. And again, I've seen episode 1, I've seen Anne. So that fighting scene gave me life. Like, I'm like, we're only in season 3. We've got more seasons. Are they just going to get better and better? Like, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to absolutely lose my mind. But the highlights, the fighting scenes are always a highlight. I look forward to them every single episode. Sometimes we got 2 in an episode. Like, that's a good day for me, you know? Bad Angel, I put under highlights. I'm going to hell. I already talked about him in all of the love stuff, so you know everything that I loved about him. But yeah, he's a highlight. Spike and Buffy teaming up. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The greatest moment. The pure joy I felt in my entire body when when he came onto screen. I can't even describe it. I was so pumped. I think that showed. But like, I was just like, it makes so much sense for them to team up, and then they did it, and it was again perfectly done. I loved it. I'm gonna miss him so much. See, that's what makes me think he could come. He could be on our team. Like, he could. He could. And just to play right off of that point, Spike and Joyce in the living room it's gonna be hard comedically to top those scenes for me. Like, it was so good. Have we met? Yeah, the act, like everything about it. The entire fucking scene. It was so good. Yeah, I watched it like 6 times over in editing. I'm like, this is still funny. Like, you know how sometimes you watch something too many times and you kind of stop laughing? I did not. I did not stop laughing. And then Oz is a werewolf. Just so funny. Just so funny. And I'm longing for that suit to come back, to make a little comeback. What was that? Like 4 out of 7 had to do with Spike. He's like definitely one of my favorite characters, like ever in a show. I don't think I know of any other time I've seen that actor like in anything else. You know what I mean? So I guess I don't really know if Spike is like him. Do you know what I mean? Whatever. Point is, I love Spike. I think he's such a well done character. I really do. The actor that plays him is perfectly plays him. I also really love Drusilla. I actually could say the exact same thing about her. I literally have just Roop as a highlight. Why? Just because I love him? Because he's like my favorite good character. Yeah, I love him. He's great. I think he's great. I really love how he acts, like the actor who plays Roop. I don't ever know actors' names. I just know them by their character names. Andrew? Is his name Andrew something, the actor? I don't know. I don't care, but I love him. I think he's got great expressions that feel so authentic to Roop. Yeah, definitely like one of my favorite characters. Probably the favorite good character aside from like Buffy. Yeah, I guess just all of Roop is a highlight. Was there anything specific I wanted to say about Roop? I just wrote down Roop. That's it? Highlight Roop? Yeah, that's it, I guess. I'm sure there's some I'm forgetting, but I did try and go back through all of my notes and everything. Season 3. So again, I know I've said this twice, but I've already seen the first episode. So I'll just recap real quickly in case you didn't watch my own reaction or whatever. The only thing that I thought going in to season 3 is maybe we as the viewing audience also wouldn't know where Buffy is for a little while. I thought it would be cool to just fully see how life would be without Buffy. I thought it would be interesting, but I actually don't mind how they did it. They did show us that, but we also got to see Buffy's life without them. I thought it was interesting. That was pretty much the only prediction or like thought I had going in that would have mattered for the one episode. Everything else is basically like season 3 overall. So obviously Buffy's wanted for murder and is expelled. And so I'm really interested to see how that all gets resolved. I feel like she'll go back to school. I don't know how. Maybe we'll have to like meet with the board. I don't really know how, but what are they going to do with the murder charge thing? I guess it's not an actual charge, but like she was going to be arrested. So maybe it'll just be like she'll go see the cops or whatever. Maybe she won't get cleared. What if she ends up in jail? Remember that one episode when I was like, are they going to do a jail? It was Ted. I was like, are they going to do a fucking jail plot? They would. This show would. I wouldn't put it past them. Maybe we'll do it now. I don't know. But I'm interested to see how those like two things kind of come to an end. I'm kind of expecting a big friendship conflict this season, like a long-lasting one. I don't know why, and I don't know who. It's going to be someone with Buffy. It'll either be Xander and Buffy or Willow and Buffy, but I don't really know why or who. I don't really have any predictions, but I'm just like, I just feel like there's going to be a big falling out this season. Oh my God. To get through that. I'm really excited to see who the next big villain is. Like, who's going to be our season 3 villain? I'm really excited because it's just going to be bigger and better. That's what I'm going to put. I'm going to say it's going to be bigger and better than Spike and Drusilla. It's fine. It's okay that they're gone. But I have a hole in my heart that needs filled with villainness. So I'm really excited to see who our big villain is. I'm really excited to see more Seth all the time. I love him and his little one-liners. I think he's funny, and I'm excited to see like him develop and maybe have a little bit of an arc, you know? I'm excited for what could happen with his character. I also have this feeling that something big's going to happen with the principal. And I think it's because we saw a lot of him at like the latter half of season 2, and he's super sketch. Like he's so sus, and it's never been like we've got little tidbits that like, oh, he knows things. So like, what do you know? Like, what do you all know? You know? What's your deal, dude? Maybe he'll die. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Because the first principal got eaten, and then he would die like some random suspicious death in like the school locker room or something. And then who would take that job after? Who would take that job after? I don't know, but I feel like something with the principal is going to happen. It has to. He's been a little sus for a little too long, you know. They've been dropping tidbits, so like, let's go. Let's go. What do you got? I do have lose another member question mark. Are we going to lose another member? It better not be Oz. No, they wouldn't do that. That'd be like almost too similar to Cal. I also have been thinking that like, what if someone turns into a vampire? I feel like someone eventually has to turn into a vampire. And for some reason, I feel like it's going to be her mom. Or Xander or Willow. I hate that thought. But I don't know. it's a reality that I'm like, this has to be coming at some point, right? Huh. Anyway, that was the thought. Mama J knows. She knows everything now. I'm actually very interested to see how this all goes with Mama J knowing the truth and everything, because I feel like there's been this barrier between her and Buffy, and because they don't understand each other. And not that I expect them to understand each other, but now the truth is out and I'm excited because I hope that there's like some new bonding that can happen between them with like this new realization and this new understanding that they can have together. We all know I'm not a fan of Mama J. I try not to go too hard on her, but so I'm hopeful that we can see like the relationship kind of growing maybe in a more positive light between the two of them, because yeah, I don't know, she knows. And like, so it's kind of cool to think about like, so what does this mean? Is she gonna like fight vampires too? Maybe not. Okay, and then the two kind of biggest question marks I have in my head is one, I think they're in grade 12 now, right? I did the math real quick. So if I'm wrong, just disregard this entire next rant. But so we have to have graduation coming, right? So I feel like that's going to play into the latter half of season 3. It's going to have to, right? Because like that's a big life thing. We're going to have college talk, university talk. Are they two different things in the States? They're two very different things up here, but regardless, where's everybody going to end up? How are we going to do this? We're not all going to go to the same place. There's no way Xander's getting into the same school as Willow. High school's coming to an end. What's Roop going to do? Is he going to remain a high school librarian, or is he going to become a college librarian? It's kind of sitting there like, I've gotten comfy in this high school life, but that's not going to be life soon. So what are we going to do? And I'm really interested. I feel like it has to have a big part in a lot of things. And it could potentially be where some conflict lies. Like maybe that's where the like friendship conflict will come in, is like, I don't know. But I've been thinking about graduation a lot, okay? I'm like, it's not even the beginning of the school year and I'm like, graduation? Yeah, so that'll be really interesting. And then the last kind of big question mark I have is like, how will Angel come back? How does he come back? When does he come back? Is he going to come back at the beginning of the season, mid-season? Like, I have a feeling it'll be near the beginning. He'll have to come back good, right? Like, he comes back as good because he was good when he went to hell. So if he went, how is he going to come back? First of all, are we going to open the portal to hell? Maybe he'll get kicked out because he's good. I don't know. Like, how is he going to come back? How are we going to do this? And then what? Like, when he is back, then what? What do we do? There's no way Roop's forgiving him. Willow probably would. It would probably be hard for her, but she would like forgive him. There's no way Xander's forgiving him. But like Buffy, I'm really interested because it's like there's so much love there, but she did kill him when he was good. I don't think he'll hold a grudge on that. No, I don't think he will. I don't know. I have so many questions surrounding it. How does he come back? When does he come back? What do we do as a group? I'm kind of excited for it. Oh, I hope it happens at the beginning of the season. Yeah, it's just there's a big cloud hanging over the Angel situation. And then what? Like, does he come back and then just run away? Maybe that's how he starts his own show. I don't have too much like for a wish list for season 3 other than don't make me wait multiple episodes. If you're gonna feed me something great, I'm still hungry next week. What the fuck? But yeah, I think I wonder if we'll start phasing out Monster of the Week episodes. There can't be any leftover scripts from season 1, can there? There can be leftover scripts from season 2 though, I guess. But I do hope that like the flow is a little bit better. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what our villain is. That's all I care about. I'm like, ooh. I also kind of feel like maybe we'll get a new member. We already got Oz, I guess, because I was like, well, we did lose Cal. But then I guess we gained Oz. But I don't know. I feel like someone else good will also maybe be introduced. Like someone who, like another teacher, I don't know, or like just someone else on the good side maybe. But then why? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything what the fuck I'm talking about. I think I've ranted enough. I really did enjoy season 2 though. I really did. I really liked season 2. I think that I'm excited to see the comedy writing in season 3. I'm excited to see the themes that we tackle in season 3. I don't know. I really had a lot of fun in season 2. Some of those episodes were just so fucking well done that, like, I mean, it might be hard to top them even now, you know? Like, Innocence and Passion. Is that the only one? No, the finale. The finale was so good. It'll be tough. It'll be tough to beat that finale. So, like, season 3's got to bring its A game. Like, we got to dig deep. Dig deep. Well, speaking of being hungry, I am hungry. So I'm going to wrap this up. But before I do, trigger warning, sappiness. I know I say this all the time, but I just want to say thank you so much for being here with me. I just have so fucking much fun. And a lot of it is just chatting with all of you. And yeah, so I love it. Thank you for being here with me every week. Watching this with me, I feel bad for people who don't get to experience Buffy like this. It's still just such a cool thing. Like when I was back home at my mom's house, she's chronically offline. Like she can't get Wi-Fi at her house. Like we live in the boons. Like there's no Wi-Fi availability there, and we don't even really get cell service except for if you put your cell phone on top of the fridge at the back corner. Every now and then a text will come through. It's actually kind of nice to go there every now and then and just shut off from the world. Whatever. Point is, she's chronically offline. She doesn't know what the hell Patreon is. She does watch my YouTube videos at work when she's at work in town, which I think is a fantastic way to spend company time. That's not even a joke. But anyway, I was explaining to her like Patreon and Buffy and how I'm watching every episode, and like just explaining it at its bare minimum to someone who has no idea about any of this, like just made me feel so like humbled, I guess. Oh, don't cry, Darcy. Stop it. Yeah, it's just she's like, "Oh my god, that's so cool." And I'm like, "It is so cool, right? Like it's so fun." I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get her to watch an episode with me. Oh my god, maybe one day me and my mom can watch the pilot. And then I can get her into the show and she can become one of us. No, but honestly, thank you. I just appreciate all of you so much. So yeah, I'll stop being sappy now. But get used to it though, because I'm going to say it all the time. So I'm extremely grateful for this experience. So thanks for being here with me. Yee! I can't wait for season 3. Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. Okay, I actually will stop talking now. How do I usually end these? Just the same way that I end the episodes? I'll see you guys next time.